And we are live. Guys, what's going on? I want to personally welcome you to the Coach Beast show where we talk about all things youth football strategies, playbooks, and more than anything else, I'm here to answer your youth football related questions. And guys, of course, before we get into the show, do me a solid and let me know where you are coming from, guys. Let me know your city, your state. And this is the time where you can also rep your team. If you coach youth football, you can rep your team. I don't care if it's your youth football program, high school program you coach, middle school. I don't care. This is your time to shine. This is your time to rep your team. And I want to make sure that I give you guys a shout out. All right. Damien, what's going on, man? How you doing? How you doing? Let me see. Let me know where you guys are coming from. And I'm really excited too about this show. We're going to talk about youth football, the nature of youth football. We're going to talk about, I got a reaction video for you guys. I want to chop it up with you guys about. Also, if you're just chiming in, do me a solid and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're watching this on YouTube. Guys, we may shift the show. If you're watching this on IG, we may switch to YouTube only in about 30 minutes, all right? The biggest thing I really want to do is I like this split platform. I love it. But at the same time, it kind of messes with the flow, especially with the chat. So, but we'll see. We'll play that part by ear. All right. So let me give a shout out to you guys. We got Coach George Valentine. Shout out to the East Val Tigers. Let me see here. Let me go back up. Steak, Texas. What's up, Coach Finesse? How you doing? How you doing? Let me see. We got Columbus, Ohio in the house. Let's go Packers. That's what's up. That's what's up. Who else do we have in the house? We got Brandington, Florida in the house. Shout out to you, Vincent. We got MC in the house. What's up, MC? We got Coach Nilson from Detroit in the house. We got Grand Valley Football League, 12U. We got Grand Junction, Colorado in the house. That's what's up. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got Coach E, Coach Eric, Huntington, West Virginia. Love West Virginia, man. I went there a few years back and loved it. Made some friends there in West Virginia. Let me make sure I'm not missing nobody. I want to show y'all love. This is your time. Let me see here. Drop your YouTube link, Coach Beast. Let me see if I can drop it, guys. I'm gonna try to drop it during the show here. And I can tell you, if you struggle to find me, all you got to do is look up Coach Beast and I'll pop right up. My channel is Coach Beast. Really simple. Y'all can find me that way. Shout out to South Carolina. Clutch. Let's see here. Home of the Hawks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got Hurricane West Virginia in the house. West Virginia coming in strong tonight. We got South Baton Rouge in the house. Let me see. Coach Tripp, what's up? Shout out to you, man. Let me see. All right. We got Carl J. Fulton League in the house. Shout out to you, Tavares. All right, guys. So let's get into this video, and shout out to you, Octavius from Texas. All right, so let's get into this, guys. I want to pull up this reaction video of a youth football fight. I'm only going to show about 60 seconds of it so I don't get a copyright ding or anything like that. And I want you to watch this video, and I want you to let me know your thoughts in real time. We're all going to react to this video. This is about a 6-year video, but it's very relevant today. Actually, you see more youth football fights today than you did 6 years ago. So we're going to check this video out, and we're going to talk about it before I get to your questions. All right. Let's see here. Here we go, guys. Now watch this coach swing. There's a coach that's going to swing right there. Y'all see that? Did y'all just see that coach swing? I'm going to run it back one more time. To me, I mean, yeah, we already had a, scuffle going on, but it goes to another level when somebody swings. You know what I mean? Here we go.
Yo, that's wobbling.
Look at this. And they're trying to break it up. Listen to this announcer, guys.
Hold on. Hey.
Who started it?
Did y'all hear what the announcer just said? I'm gonna run it back. Did y'all hear that? He said this is a function for kids. I'm paraphrasing, but this is a function for kids. And if you're going to coach, guys, that's the number one thing that you have to always have in the back of your mind, that regardless of how good your team is, how mediocre they may be, it doesn't matter. This is for the kids. And when we make it about ourselves, that's when things go awry, right? That's when all chaos and hell breaks loose. All right, we're going to continue to watch this video for a few more seconds.
Yeah, I just saw.
All right, you see guys, they're taking their coats off. Look how mad he is. And that goes to another point, guys. Look, if you are the head coach or an assistant coach, it doesn't matter. You have to be the most grounded person out there on the field, because number one, you the coach, you see everything, right? Like, you're in the heat of the battle, the heat of the game. And all it takes is one thing to just cause total chaos. But if you are the head coach, the head of the snake, or an assistant coach, and you're always, emotional or getting, you're a hothead just naturally, and you're ready to fight, it creates so many problems for your program. You can get your program suspended out of the league, not only for the year, but indefinitely, man. And, I always say this. You have to have a plan, even as a youth football coach, as it relates to what you're going to do when these kind of conflicts happen, right? Because players may get upset and now they're fighting. Players may get offended, and what are you going to do? Coach is going to talk crap. The ref may not call, the game the way that you want them to call it. So what do? Are you going to get mad and fight and be ready to throw down? What are you going to do? And look, I'm not here to place judgment on anybody, because I've had my share of back and forth with the ref. I've had my share back and forth with my coaches, other coaches on the opposing team. I've had my share of back and forth with the league. Okay. So I'm not going to act like I'm a saint in this, but over time, I've learned how to manage these type of situations. Number one, when you have these kind of conflicts happen, the number one thing you need to do is make sure you separate your players from the other team. Separate your players. Get you and your coaching staff on that field and get all of your players to your sideline. That's one of the fastest ways to de-escalate something, right? Then once you get the players on each respective, each team's respective sideline, now you're able to talk to the ref. I would go to the ref. 9 times out of 10, the other, teams, coaches are going to talk to the ref as well, and you handle the situation like that to try to de-escalate it. And when you are dealing with the situation, losing your cool, losing your temper, ready to fight, or actually fighting is only going to gaslight the situation and make it worse. Okay? You don't want to put yourself in that position, guys, where, these kind of situations happen, because as you guys know, time and time again, all we see is fights, right? Like literally, I have you guys sending me messages showing me different brawls and fights that has happened in your league, or a league that's, in your town, in your city, or whatever, right? And it's just not the way to do it. It creates problems. I can remember going, this is probably like 6 years ago, guys, 5-6 years ago, in our league. We was playing against, we wasn't even playing. We were in the same league as this team. It was playing this team called the Taylorville. I don't remember their nickname, but Taylorville, Alabama, right? And make a long story short, the Chargers were just a superior team this league, very physical. So kid took a hit from the opposing team on the sidelines. Kid got knocked out of bounds. One of the parents got mad, came on the sideline, hit the helmet of the kid who made the tackle. Guess what happened next? A big brawl happened. A big fight happened. This whole story made the news. The parent, and I want to address the elephant in the room about something. Fights just don't happen in urban communities. Youth football fights just don't happen in the ghetto. They happen in the suburbs. They happen in privileged leagues, in leagues that's barely hanging on for dear life. They all happen, okay? So the parent that ended up hitting the helmet of the kid, he got sued. Go to find out, he's a dentist in the area. He's a local dentist in the area. And it just, this was like the talk. It was like the talk of the town that whole year. Both know the team with the dad that hit the kid, they got suspended for the rest of the year because they basically instigated the situation. The other team ended up winning the championship that year. But I'm telling you, man, like, I don't know what's up, but like, people going crazy nowadays. Absolutely crazy. And also, guys, while we're chopping it up, of course, I'm here to answer your questions. If you have any questions as relates to youth football, defense, offense, strategy, special teams, you name it, I'm here to answer your questions. Just put them in the comments. All right, guys. Also, real quick before we shift, the Beast Unleashed playbook is still 85% off. So, guys, if you're right now in the point of where you're tooling up and you're trying to win more games, trying to score more points, but don't know how to, you can get my exact system with the Beast Unleashed playbook. You can just go to my Stand store in the bio. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, you see the link there. I'm going to put the link in the comments, both on YouTube and IG. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, you can go and check it out. Also, I do have a free resource for you guys, my offensive blocking drill book. I know a lot of you guys struggle with blocking with your team. And look, blocking is so important to me that I'm giving my offensive blocking drill book away to you guys for free, because I know how important it is to winning. Don't have a good blocking team, your chances of winning and going far this season is going to be slim to none. And I don't know a better way to tell you that. Okay. So I'm giving you that, my offensive blocking drill book, absolutely free. Make sure you just go to my stand store and get it. All right, guys. So let's get to your questions. Super pumped to get to your questions here. All right. Y'all bear with me here. All right, we're going to start off with this question from a coach. So he actually had a question as it relates to special teams. And I thought that was important because we don't talk enough about special teams and how important it is to youth football and football in general. He want to know, what are some effective strategies for coaching youth football special teams? Great question. Great question. So I'm going to be real simple with you guys on this. You know, we go through special teams every single practice, okay? We spend about 20 minutes every practice on special teams. Defensive day, we're doing kickoff, okay? Offensive days, we're doing kickoff return. In our league, we don't do punts, okay? Now, we were in a travel league where they did do punts, and we'll go over the punting on defensive day, punt return on offensive day. Okay, so very important to note, we do special teams every single day. All right, like super important to understand and to grasp. In terms of kickoff return, because I get a lot of guys asking me, like, you know, how do you do your kickoff return? And we go with a 5-4-2 system. 5-4-2. Front line 5 blockers, second line 4 blockers, and 2 guys to actually return the ball. So our system is a 5-4-2 system. We love it. I can't tell you how many touchdowns we scored in our championship game just on kickoff returns, okay? The kind of kids I like back there with kickoff returns are kids who are, of course, fast, but also kids who know how to read the field, who are just natural at, you know, reading their running lanes and, you know, just being elusive, right? So that's kind of what I do. That was a great question. All right, Humble Kid says, how do you deal with players who have a habit of talking back to coaches in a disrespectful manner? Tried talking with the players one-on-one, but seems like nothing is working. Great question. And this is 12U. This is a 12U player. Okay, great question. I've dealt with this. I've dealt with this since I started coaching youth football. And you typically, you're always going to have 1, 2, or 3 that are, you know, A-type personalities or just have behavioral issues. I love those type of kids because I usually make those kids leaders, and I also let those kids know who's really the alpha of the program. So, you know, as you guys know, I start my program day one with discipline and with order, and that's so important to do. I've had 2 years out of my 15 years of coaching where I've been more laid back and a player's coach, and it just don't work for me. It don't work for me being a player's coach. I do have an assistant coach that's kind of like a player's coach, and he's really cool. But me being a player's coach just don't work. And what I've learned is it didn't work for my program either. So we focus a lot on setting the tone early, a lot of high action, high stress, high discipline situations, kind of like going into basic training in the military, or if you're a police officer, you know, going to the police academy. We try to install our system and our discipline day one. Okay. The longer you stall this process, the more difficult it's going to be to take that difficult kid and get him to buy into what you're doing. Okay. I hear a lot of guys say, well, you know, this generation, these kids don't listen and blah, 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 blah. Well, no, it's not that they don't listen. It's that they receive information differently. Right. I'm an 80s baby. We were taught as 80s babies that if you talk back, you're going to get popped in the mouth and get your tail whooped. Right. Well, and this too, how dare you ask your parents why? If they tell you to do something, how dare you ask your parents why, right? No, we didn't do that as 80s babies, or, you know, I can't speak for the 90s babies, but I know from, you know, from an 80s baby standpoint, you knew not to talk back, even if you didn't understand what the directives were, right? So this generation of kids, they want to know why. They want to understand the why. A lot of kids just won't do something just because you said it. You have to lead by example, right? You have to. I got my dog hair on my face, y'all. You have to lead by example, and you have to set the tone early. If not, them kids will disrespect you and they will not care. Now, the last point to this question is, one thing I do when you try to talk to the kid and he's still disrespectful, he don't care, he don't buy in, you know what I do? He don't participate at practice at all. He don't participate in the drills. We're going to put him off to the sidelines, and he's just going to watch his teammates practice, play, and do their thing. That's the best thing that you can do to get in the mind of a lot of these kids who got disciplinary issues, because at the end of the day, they want to play. At the end of the day, coach, they want to play. So if you take what they want to do away from them, put them on the sidelines, they may walk away. They may walk away from the field. They may be walking in circles. Give them 10, 15 minutes. And usually that kid come back. My bad, coach. I'm sorry, coach, man. I didn't mean to, coach. You know, and that's usually what we do. And also our kids know if they're cutting up and like they are on the sideline and they don't participate in practice, they know they're not going to participate in the game either. So that eats at them too. So sometimes with these type of kids, you got to get in their head. It's not just about force and masculinity, right? Sometimes it's about power, meaning, okay, I'm going to show you who boss. Go on the sideline, you know, your day over with. And that's what we do. And, you know, it's the coach that they may not be over with, but in their mind, they're like, man, I may get kicked off the team. And they'll come back, 20, 30 minutes, or at least by the end of practice, and they're going to apologize. And then I go and talk to their parent and go from there. That's what I do. Great question, Coach. Coach E says, how do you teach the linebackers to read? Do you teach backfield reads or guard reads? Me personally, Coach, I teach backfield reads. Each of my linebackers, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to pull up the 4-4 Reaper defensive playbook for you guys so you can actually know what I'm talking about as I go through this. Y'all bear with me real quick as I get that up for you. All right. Let me know, y'all, if y'all can see that. 4-4 Reaper defense. Just give me a thumbs up in the comments. Give me a thumbs up in the comments. And again, guys, if you're watching this and you haven't hit that like button yet, hit that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, guys, on YouTube and Instagram. Again, y'all know my goal is to grow this YouTube channel to 100,000 subs. All right, 100,000 subs. So if you haven't already, guys, go over to my YouTube channel. If you're watching it on IG, follow me on YouTube, watch me on YouTube, because I'm trying to really grow my YouTube channel as well as my IG. My IG at 156. So we're at 11,000 followers on YouTube and climbing. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay, we got some thumbs ups. All right, perfect. All right. So how I teach my linebackers to read. Let me use the 4-4 base Bama, okay? This is a good example. This is one of our base plays, one of our most common plays. And I'm going to answer a few questions as it relates to my defense. Some coaches will come to me and they will ask me, hey, Coach Beast, do I always blitz these kids? Like, do I always blitz everybody? No, you don't have to do that. I don't always do that. Usually I am always sending about 5 or 6 players at any given time in different spots. Okay. But I don't always send 8 kids, to attack the quarterback. Now, as it relates to my linebackers, with my middle linebackers, usually their job is to control the A gap and the B gap. Of course, if we're doing a Bama blitz, or if they ever hear Bama, my middle linebackers know they're going to attack the B gap. My tackles are going to attack the A gap. Okay. Now, if we do Alabama, 4-4 base Alabama, right, the opposite is going to happen. My middle linebackers will shoot the A gaps. My defensive tackles will shoot the B gap. All right. Now, the main position that's just about constant for us is our outside linebackers in the 4-4 Reaper defense. These guys are our edge control guys, okay? These are our edge control guys. And so we like for them to either blitz off the edge, or they may stunt. They may try to sail like an edge blitz, and they may stunt and go into the C gap. Okay? So these are my outside linebackers, and they're usually the best players on the team in terms of athleticism, physicality, and just being able to fly across the field. Okay, so that's what we do. So we teach our middle linebackers. Okay, their job is to dial in on this quarterback and to read this quarterback. Okay, and our outside linebackers, their job is to read on the running back. All right. And so we kind of got 4 assassins, right? With the responsibility. We got 2 on the quarterback in terms of linebackers, 2 on the running backs. Now, what we also teach is with our defensive tackles, their job is to key in on the quarterback as well. Okay. And then our defensive ends, again, they are helping to control the edge, okay, or the C gap, depending on what we may call. Okay, that makes sense, guys. Give me a thumbs up in the comments if that making sense. If it doesn't make sense and you got questions, please drop them. Please drop them. Let me go to my IG people. Make sure I'm not missing anything there. Let's see. Okay, we good. Y'all just listening. Good. Okay, so here's the other thing that I do, and this is what we do more times than not, okay, is that I will have my middle linebackers playing more of like a QB spy. Let me see if I can find this for you real quick. Let's use this one. This is the double QB spy, okay? So we'll have our middle linebackers spying, right, on the QB. And based on what I may see, or my coaches may see, my defensive analysts may see, I may call something different to my middle linebackers. Okay. So usually my middle linebackers have nicknames. Every player on the defense actually have a nickname. And if they hear their nickname, they know that I'm talking to them. And then I may call something else. Let me use an example. My Mike, we usually call captain. Okay. My Will, he's usually called wingman. He's our wingman. Make sense, right? So if we see something, and let's say I want my captain, my middle linebacker, my strong side middle linebacker, right? What if I say that I want him to blitz the B gap? So I may say, captain, Bama. And he knows, okay, he's going to blitz the B gap. If I say wingman Bama or wingman Alabama, they know what to do. We may see something, and I don't do this super often, but I would do it. I may want one of my linebackers to shoot the C gap, right? So the C gap code is Cali, right? So I may say, Captain, Cali. And he knows what I want him to do. But usually I won't do that. Usually I'll like have my outside linebacker stun or something, or we'll do a shift and kind of occupy the gap that way. But my defensive linemen and defensive ends are usually kind of big guys or thick guys. So when they shoot a gap, they occupy that space, and I teach them to occupy that space. And that's how we kind of cause havoc. That's how we do it. That's a great question, Coach. Let me see. Coach Nielsen want to know, how many plays do you carry into game day? Coach, I usually only carry about 20 plays game day. Back in the day, man, I had a notebook, man, I had probably 50, 60 plays, and we still only ran about 15. So over time, I've learned that, okay, I'm going to have about 20 plays ready. We're going to go through our plays on usually Friday or the day before the game. We go through our walkthrough. We go through the plays we're going to run. We have 8 to 10 core plays, and then 8 to 10 plays that we're going to use, passing plays, gimmick plays, trick plays, you name it, that we add to that as the game progresses if we need it. Usually, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, we run in the Beast offense, we're running 10 to 12 plays tops. Our core plays are more than enough to control the game and the score at will. So that's what we do. But it's all about your style as well, Coach. Now, some of you guys like to call a lot of plays. Some of you guys only like to run 4 or 5 plays, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some of the best coaches I know only run 4 or 5 plays. You know, I'm kind of in the middle. You know, I have 20 plays ready, but I'm running 10 to 12, 15 tops, right? So that's kind of what I do. Coach Vincent want to know, what do you think about pin and pull scheme for 10U O-line? I'm all for it. I'm all for it. More than anything, guys, I'm invested in you teaching your kids how to block right. You know, like if your kids are mediocre at dry blocking or down blocking, it's no need to teach them zone blocking or wide zone yet, right? Because we're still in the business of developing these kids and preparing them for higher level football, right? So, you know, if your kids can pin and pull, like, and you can coach it up and teach it and rep it, do it, man. Do it. Because like with us, we start ground one doing, you know, dry blocking, or we may do down blocking. We start with that, and we are making sure our kids know how to run that before our first game. And then, of course, as our season continues to progress, we're adding concepts, right, and schemes to what we do. Then so when I start teaching inside zone, outside zone. We may pull guards and things of that nature, okay? But if we're dominating down blocking or dry blocking, we'll just do that all day. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to doing all these different schemes and they can't do them well. It doesn't make sense, right? It's kind of vain. Great question, Coach. Nielsen says that would be extremely embarrassing as a coach to be the reason your program gets shut down or disbanded because you can't control your emotions. Yeah, man, it happened all the time, though. Coach talking about the reaction video that we watched earlier in the show regarding the youth football fight. It's embarrassing, and we got to understand too as coaches that it ruins our reputation in the community if our name is in the news for fighting or our program gets shut down, because they're going to go straight to who's the head coach, who was the captain of the ship of this program. And now your reputation is dinged and ruined, and nobody wants that. You know what I'm saying? Who wants that? Like, imagine being that dentist, right? Imagine being that dentist, and now your reputation is ruined, not only as, you know, a person coming out on the field hitting a kid, but now it's like, dude, you're a freaking dentist. Why are you losing your temper so much? And I only say it like this because you are taught how to be professional and how to deal with people and how to control, you know, your emotions. Like, that is such a big mistake, you know? But people do it all the time, and then they regret it later. All right, guys, I'm getting to your questions. My IG people, I'm going to you now. And look, what I'm going to do with my IG people, if you haven't already, go over to my YouTube. Look me up, Coach Beast. Just Coach Beast. You will find me. We're about to switch over to YouTube. All right. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes while we doing that, and that way I'll be able to answer all of your questions in one spot, opposed to missing some of you guys' questions. All right. I'm just making sure I'm not missing nobody's questions on IG while you guys are going over to YouTube. Okay, Coach says, what's your opinion on youth teams attempting the tush push? Is it too early for them? And he's talking about it in youth football. I made a video about this probably about a year ago on the tush push. Because in our 300 set in the Beast offense, you can, if you wanted to, you can do a tush push. Now, a lot of leagues have made tush push illegal. Okay. And, most refs are going to end up probably throwing a flag on it, on the tush push. Me personally, I'm for it. I'm for it. Okay. I'm a purist when it comes down to football. So like, if it's not banned in college, if it's not banned in the NFL, it's okay. Now, if it's banned in college or NFL or one or the other, okay, then I'm going to look at it. Or even high school, I'm going to look at it and say, maybe that's not a good idea to do. I'm for the tush push. If it was legal in our league, I wouldn't have one problem with it whatsoever. I'm just being honest about it. But I will say though that I understand the injury factor in it and all of that good stuff. But I mean, I'd rather have a kid using, I'd rather them ban targeting and a kid lowering hit the crown of his head to make a tackle. I'd rather that be banned than a tush push. Or show me the data, right, that the tush push cause injuries in youth football. All right, guys. So my Instagram people, I love you. Right now, we're about to make a big switch, though. Okay, we're about to make a big switch over to YouTube. Go and find me with YouTube over at Coach Beast, guys. I will have the link for you next show. I'm sorry, I don't have it for you right now. But all you have to do, go to my YouTube page, Coach Beast. You'll find me and you'll see me live like this. We're about to go over right now. All right. My YouTube people, be on standby real quick as I make the switch here. All right. All right. Let me reset this real quick, guys. All right, guys, we are live. All right, guys. So again, welcome to the Coach Beast Show, where we talk about all things youth football. I'm here to answer your questions. We're talking playbook, strategy, schemes, everything youth football, because guess what? We're here to make youth football great again. We're here to make youth football great again. This is where people who are serious about making an impact in the life of kids come so they can build programs that are the standard in their league, period. And I'm not just talking about winning on the field, but also winning your city, winning your neighborhood, winning your community, building exceptional young men and women. All right, Coach Adam, he want to know what's the best way to implement pop passes to tight ends or even a jump pass out of the beast. That's actually it's really easy. It's really fun. I'm trying to see if y'all give me time, I can pull up the beast real quick. Y'all want me to pull up the beast offense, the beast 1.0, so y'all can see a pop pass? Give me thumbs up in the comments if y'all want me to pull up the beast 1.0 playbook. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. If y'all don't, I won't pull it up. There we go. We only got one thumbs up. Give me more, guys. Give me more. There we go. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Courtney. I need more than 2. Let's get 10. Let's get 10. You give me 10, I'm gonna pull it up. What y'all got? What y'all got? There we go. I'm gonna add Killer Willa put how many? 7? Killer Willa put 7 up. Smart, hey, smart man. Oh man, that's funny, man. Shout out to Killer Willa. All right, let me pull this up for you guys. All right, let me see here. Let's see if we can get the pop pass. And I'm gonna see if I can find let's just use this one. I'm gonna use this one. Shotgun Beast Orbit Wasim. Okay, so to answer your question, Coach, the way that we teach the pop pass is actually very simple. I mean, it's not hard really for us. I'd rather teach a pop pass than a reverse or something like that, right? So in the Beast offense, the pop pass is actually really simple in terms really with our tight ends. Both of our tight ends know that the pop pass is one of, like, they may get called, we may call hot, right? We may call hot. Why hot? And they know we're moving from a running play to a passing play, and it's going to be a pop pass, right? So one of the things I love doing, Coach, is selling a block, a down block, or a drive block, and just leaking out to the seam. Okay. Our pop pass is, our quarterback, once he gets the ball, he's going to take, if he's in shotgun, he's going to take maybe a 1-step drop, maybe 2-step drop. And what we want him to do is we want him to read the tight end while he's about 3 to 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. So we go down, say blue 18, set, go. Our sequence is 1, 2, pop. It's literally like that. 1, 2, pop. And we don't want him rushing it. We don't want him, as a matter of fact, when our quarterback gets the ball, we like him to kind of drift to the right a little bit, like he's finna run it. So he'll get it 2 steps, 1, 2, and he's gonna hit the tight end on the pop pass. Think about, and I hope I'm not showing my age here, but think about the Florida Gators 2010, 09, when Tim Tebow's the quarterback, and they did a lot of pop passes and jump passes. We do it the same way. We fake like we're going to either do, some kind of sweep or off tackle run, or we may fake like we're going to do a wedge dive, right? Quarterback may get it, fake a step in, and dump it over the top. And we teach that, right? This another play, the hot play. We do the same thing. We window dress with the 2 beast back. He's going to come around, return orbit motion. He's going to fake the screen. The quarterback going to fake the look. He's just going to do a look, fake the look to the right, then go back over to the tight end. Boom, got him. That's how we do it, and we just rep it. After we go through this progression, Coach, we just rep it from there on out, and just make sure the kid's comfortable, know what to do. There's chemistry between the quarterback, tight end, and that's it. Crown Squad says, I've been loving the live show. It's nice to see someone willing to share and raise the level for coaches everywhere. Man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the love. I've really been putting this show off for a while, and mainly because, believe it or not, guys, Coach Beast, let me zoom this up real quick. Coach Beast is an introvert. For those who don't know what an introvert is, I actually don't like talking much. I like to be to myself. I like to do my own thinking to myself. I like to do my own strategizing in solitude. I do not like talking that much, and I'm a private person, believe it or not. You know, Miss Beast, she's in the chat. She can have my back on that. I am a how many of y'all are introverts supposed to like if you are an introvert, put me. If you're an introvert, put me. If you are an extrovert, put yeah, I'm crazy as hell. I'm playing, you know. So yeah, I was really putting this off because I really enjoyed making, you know, shorts, which I try to get 3 or 5 shorts out a day. I first started my channel doing long form content just while I was walking, working to lose weight, guys. I was like 324 at one time, and I was doing strongman, and I was just trying to get jacked, and I got jacked. And then it got to the point, man, where I was just kind of in that position to where I was going upstairs one day with my kids, and I got tired going up the stairs. I'm like, screw this, man. I got to lose this weight. I got to get healthier because this vein being really strong when you don't have no stamina or anything like that, right? So I was like 324. So I started walking, and I just started making my long form videos for you guys while I was walking. And you know, I had this little whiteboard. Y'all, if y'all been with me for a long time, y'all remember this. I had my dreads. This when I was growing my dreads, dude. I was growing my dreads like it was all the way like behind my back. I was growing them for 9 years. But I had this little whiteboard, and I would do YouTube videos, right, on the whiteboard. And then over time, I upgraded to my big whiteboard that you guys see with my whiteboard talks. And I enjoyed doing that. But some just kept telling me, like, we need a youth football show or a football show just for coaches, right? Like, I don't know anybody else that's doing this consistently. You know, you got some guys that may do a youth football podcast, and you know, they see they don't have a lot of people watching, so they stop doing it and they take a break. No, man. Like, because at the end of the day, the goal is to help, even if it's only one person, right? If it was only one person on this live, I'll still talk to you like it's 100,000 people, because each one of you guys matter to me. And I'm one of those people who didn't have a mentor and didn't have help. So I understand the pain of not having, you know, help or needing guidance to just avoid pitfalls. Y'all feel me? So yeah, man, Coach Beast, the introvert. Like after I get off of this live and the show in, man, Miss Beast tell you, I'm go upstairs and I'm gonna decompress for like an hour. That's what I do. Hey, check this out, y'all. Check this out. Miss Beast says, I can attest. B&D says, same here, coach. Yeah, we got a lot of out here. Annoyed Galaxy, I like that name actually, says, I have been coaching for a while, and this is my first year as a head coach, and you are helping me put things together. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad I can help, man. I'm glad I can help. It's those type of messages right there, man, that keeps me doing this every single day, because I just want to know I'm helping and I'm adding value, and I'm positioning you guys to win, not just in your program, but just win as a leader, a coach, a man or a woman who's leading kids. Because people crap on youth football a lot, but the fact of the matter is youth football is the foundation. It's the floor in which most players, you know, fall in love with the game of football. It's also the floor in which most people who play youth sports, especially football, learn character, develop leadership skills, develop teamwork skills, learn how to deal with adversity, critical thinking. You are the person that's instilling those things into our kids. So don't let nobody like downplay you like you're just a youth football coach. Screw that. We more than that. We more than that. BD said, love the whiteboard vids. Yeah, man, more are coming, man. More are definitely coming. Man, I made a video a few days back, whiteboard. I'm like I'm like, man, this is going to be a great video. I'm like doing it. And then I go to my phone because I use my iPhone to record most of my videos, and my iPhone memory was full. And I'm like, what the hell, right? Like, it really screwed me up, like, big time. Wow, Vincent, man. Vincent says, you're the standard. No BS. Man. Hey, bro. Dude, I appreciate that so much, man. Like, you just don't know. I just try to be the example for you guys, really. Like, no ego, anything like that. I just want to help you guys be successful, and I want to lead by example. That's what leadership is all about. It's not about, you being seen as this top-notch guy and all. It's about you serving, right? And helping people and being the servant leader and the hands-on leader to show people how it's done. Because look, I'm one of those people. If you're just trying to win football games, I'm not your guy. Okay. If you're just trying to boost your own ego and make it all about you, I'm not your guy. Okay. I'm about having programs that are classy, that are safe, that are professional, that are led by men and women who have high character, high morals, who are leaders. Like, I'm in that business. I'd be straight up with you about it. If you value success, both with football in your in your personal and professional life, you're gonna love me. If you appreciate order and organization and structure, you're gonna love me. If you want your program to be a staple in your community, or you want to be recognized by, entities like ESPN, like I was, you want to get the attention of political leaders, media, schools, things of that nature, you'll love me. But if you just want to win a championship and then end your program next year, the next season or something, you won't like me, because I'm gonna talk I know what I stand for, and I'm a very black and white guy too, right? Like, you either gonna love me or you're gonna hate me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be real. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be truthful. You're going to know what I stand for. You're going to know what I stand against. You know what I'm saying? And I try to speak in a way. First of all, I try to lead with respect, right? I try to lead with respect in hopes of gaining respect. Okay. But if you feel like something I'm saying bothers you or something like that, I may not be your guy. Now, I have guys who have reached out to me and say, Coach Beast, when I first started watching you, I disagreed with a lot of what you said, or, I didn't like you. But then I started implementing that one thing you told me to do, or I started implementing this and I started finding success. Man, I love you. I'm going to be real with you. You know what I'm saying? I know what Galaxy says, you need to write a beast book. Man, I'm here to tell you, I've definitely thought about that. My thing about it is I'm writing so many playbooks, drill books, and like, I just did an offensive, an off-season playbook for you guys. I literally just did it, and it was a grind. The thing about writing books and stuff, it's a grind. And I love to write, don't get me wrong, but it will wear you out. So right now, technically, got like 16 or 17 books that you guys can check out that's in my store. All right. Coach Eric says, I'm another in a long line of young coaches greatly helped by your content. I will be coaching for the first time ever next year, and the content is incredibly valuable. Man, again, bro, like, I'm so glad I can help. And I'm so glad that I can inspire you guys to actually coach. I was 20 years old when I first coached, and it's been one of the most fulfilling things in my life. Not always easy. No, we don't get into it because it's easy. We get into it because it's fulfilling and it's fun. And you're able to really kind of like make an impact. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. That's what it's about. All right, guys. So now I got 5 more minutes, and I'm here to answer your questions, guys. These next 5 minutes, let's do a rapid fire, okay? And I'm here to answer as many questions as I can, guys. So if you have a youth football related question, feel free to drop it in the comments, and I'm going to try to answer your question. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead, guys, and hit that like and subscribe button. I got more likes than I do subs, right? And I get a lot of you guys who've been very consistent. Do me a solid and go ahead and subscribe. So whenever I'm on, you will get the notification that I'm doing the show. Okay. Go ahead and do that for me. Go ahead and hit that like button, guys, and tell your coaching staff. Get your whole coaching staff on here, man. Get your whole coaching staff on here. And I absolutely love to help you guys out and answer any questions you may have as well. All right. Killer Willa says, what you think of 7-on-7? That's what I coach. Okay. I'm new to the channel also. Well, first and foremost, man, welcome to the channel, bro. Thank you for finding me, chiming in, and just giving me your time, man. Spending time with me, bro. Appreciate you. To answer your question, I have 0 problems with 7-on-7. I like 7-on-7. As a matter of fact, I got a 7-on-7 playbook in my store. That's how important I believe it is. Me being a former wide receiver, converted to linebacker and tight end, I wish we had 7-on-7 back when I played. It really would have developed my skills. I think 7-on-7 is great for skill player development. Absolutely great for skill player development. You know, for big boys, if you got wrestling, man, if you got wrestling or track in your area, I would definitely motivate those big boys to get into that. That's going to really help make them dogs. And if you got the time, spending time with those big boys as well. But to answer your question with 7-on-7, bro, I'm all for it. 0 problems with it. Eric says, how do you teach QBs? Is mechanics something you focus on? I'm interested in how you value your quarterbacks working on the standard positional skills, and is it really important for young QBs? Great question, man. Look, the center and the quarterback are the 2 most important positions on my team. I want my quarterback and my center to be the 2 smartest kids on my team. Okay. I like my quarterbacks coach to be game managers. So a lot of the drills and things I do with my quarterback, especially with identifying my quarterback, is, you know, we do ladder drills. We have them throw. We do this drill. I absolutely love it, man. We call it the combine drill. And basically with the combine drill, the kid that will, you know, usually we have a quarterback competition that lasts. Usually I know who's going to be my quarterback within 2 or 3 practices, but we will do a quarterback competition for about a week or so. And we'll do the combine drill. And literally the quarterback has to throw the ball into different areas of the field. They have to throw, they got to throw a screen, a bubble screen. Then they have to hit the wide receiver on an in route. Then the wide receiver is going to come around the cone and he's going to run a post. You got to hit him on the post. And once the kid gets the ball on the post, he's going to go. And then you got to throw it deep. So we love the combine drill because it helps me to understand if, and this really just a passing and an IQ drill for the quarterback. We want to know how the kid responds under pressure, how his natural mechanics look, and how is the kid with the short game or the quick game, the intermediate game, in the deep game, right? And we want to know what his tangibles are with passing like that, right? And then, you know, we do a lot of, and mind you, let me say this too, is that when our season starts, I'm the O-line coach. I give the quarterback and my skill guys to my assistant coach, okay? So he does a lot of drill. We literally run our quarterback into drills like he's just a running back, right? So we teach him how to carry the ball, how to manage the game, things of that nature, right? And me personally, coach, in terms of you didn't ask this question, but somebody may be wondering this. I like dual threat quarterbacks. Okay. I like dual threat quarterbacks. I like athletic quarterbacks. I don't necessarily, I've had a few pocket quarterbacks and I love them because they're so smart and they're like so like polished. I like those kind of kids because I'm that kind of person. But I like my dual threat guys because it's hard to stop a kid that you don't know that's going to hand the ball off, run the ball, or pass the ball, right? So, one thing that I do, coach says, can you show that drill? So that's what we do, coach. That's what we do. I hope I answered your question and gave you an idea. I'll probably do a whole segment on it, man, for you. Coach Jones says, it's my first year coaching, but I've been recruiting kids since 1999. What would be some advice on coaching the 8U age group? My best, I'll say the first piece of advice that I'm going to give you is to keep it simple, master the fundamentals with the 8U group. Don't underestimate these kids because a lot of them are extremely smart and capable. But I would tell you, coach, focus on blocking, focus on tackling, focus on execution, play-to-play execution, right? And focus on controlling the trenches, okay? Those are the 4 elements you really need to focus on. At the 8U age limit, man, look, with the 8U group, focus on blocking and tackling, and your chances of going deep is 90%, okay? And then focus on the execution. What I mean by execution, teach your kids how to properly snap the ball, quarterback how to properly take a handoff, teach your running backs how to carry the ball, teach your wide receivers how to catch, once they catch the ball, how they need to secure the ball, the fundamentals, right? Because what I noticed with like the difference, guys, the difference between being good and great is all about execution and how consistent your team can execute whatever you're doing, okay? If your team at practice keeps fumbling the ball, they're going to do it in the game. You got to fix that and clean it up. If your kid's not blocking at practice, they're not going to block in the game. Don't even be mad when they don't do it in the game, okay? Coach that crap up now at practice. Focus on the details, right? And make sure your team is really good at knowing the fundamentals, blocking and tackling, and they don't screw themselves, okay? And you'll be okay, coach. Great question, man. Great question. Coach says, can you show that drill on the whiteboard one day? Absolutely, coach. As a matter of fact, I'll make a video about it. I'll do a short about it. I'll probably do the short tomorrow. Look for that short tomorrow. It'll be the first video I do, coach. Okay. All right. Let's see. Killer Willa says some advice for wide receivers / slot releases and route running tips for 14U. Oh man, great question, man. You bringing me back to my wide receiver days and all of that good stuff. The best advice that I will give any kid, and by the way, I will coach up them wide receivers from time to time at my practices. The biggest thing I teach my kids at wide receiver is, you want to be smart. You want to be smart, and the route you're going to run. The other guy don't. The guy that's on you don't. The cornerback don't, or the safety, whatever, who's ever on you. And so if you're running a 10-yard post, don't sell it. Sell like you're doing a freaking out. Sell like you're about to do a hitch. And so we teach our wide receivers to really be salesmen, man. Be salesmen. So, and that's my style. When I played wide receiver, like I was never the fastest guy. I ran a 4.8. I was okay. I was a tight end outside linebacker. I wasn't a 4.3 wide receiver, a 4.4 40 wide receiver. No. So I had to use my mind to really get separation. So if I'm running, if I got to do a waggle, which is, basically a crossing route, I'm selling a block and I'm just sneaking across the middle of the field. If I'm doing a go route, same thing. I'm selling like I'm blocking and I'm just releasing. Outside release most of the time. One of my assignments. You know what I'm saying? So teach your kids how to play smart. Another thing I would drop my kids for is don't circle off your routes. I don't like my kids circling off the routes. If you're running a post, I want a sharp post. So we got a lot of cone. We put cones out there and stuff. I want to see a sharp cut on that cone. I don't want them to circle off a damn cone. Okay. That pisses me off. And it's just me being detail oriented. And I really want my wide receivers to be salesmen. I want them to be salesmen and master manipulators. Sell your route. Get open to give yourself an opportunity to get the ball or have an explosive play and execute, finish. It's just like a salesman, right? You got to do the acquisition. You got to sell what you're going to do or fake like you're selling what you're going to do. Then you execute on it. And then you rinse and repeat. You got to close the deal, right? Catch the ball. And so that's kind of what I do. I know what Galaxy says, and we coming on down, guys, to the end. I want to pass the ball I want to pass the ball a lot other than just run the ball. It's the smart. I think he meant to say it's that smart. From time to time, I get coaches with that mindset. Okay. And let's talk about it. Most youth football teams are going to run the ball 80 to 90% of the time. Okay, coach, regardless of the formation they run. I don't care if they're running spread, empty, beast, double wing. It doesn't matter. Okay. They're going to run it 80 to 90% of the time. Okay. Of that time, they're going to run to the outside, like using a sweep play 80% of the time. Okay. So what does that mean for you? Number one, you need to understand that games are going in the trenches. Okay. You need, especially on the youth football level, you need to have core plays that set the tone and the momentum for your offense. Because if you got all these passing plays, let's just say you're passing 30, 40% of the time, which is a lot. I mean, that's a damn lot. If you're passing 30 to 40% of the time, and let's say you're of those 30 to 40%, you're only completing the pass 5 to 10% of the time. Like, it's going to be hard to sustain momentum and create momentum for your offense because it's almost equivalent to you swinging for the fences every time. And you don't want to do that. The higher your kids go, especially like if you're playing if let's say you're coaching a really like a 7A or 6A high school or college. Yeah. Okay. Now you can throw more passing in there, but really with the youth football, just keep the main thing, set the tone with your core plays, set the tone for the game by running. Okay. And then set teams up with passing. I'm a play action pass type of coach. So we do a lot of, we set the tone with our running game and then we have explosive passing plays. That's what we do. Some guys go straight air raid and they like to play quick game, which is like basically a passing variation of a running play. In my experience, of course, I'll never tell you not to do something, but in my experience, you want to have a good running game, establish that running game, control the clock, and then set teams up for explosive passing plays in the play action pass game. That's what I would do, coach. All right. This is my last question I'm going to get to, guys. And again, look, if you got value out of everything that I'm doing, again, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, let me see if I can pull this back up. Also, guys, if you like any of the playbooks that you have seen today, You can just go to my stand store in the bio and go and get it. Do you guys need me to drop the link to my store? Do y'all need me to drop the link to my store just to make it easier for you to go if you want to go there? Let me know. Just give me a thumbs up in the comments if you want me to just drop the link. And I'm going to put it as Coach Beast Playbook Store. Yeah, Coach 7U. If you coach 7U, coach, I would definitely say, man, establish the running game with those kids, and then have pop passes set up like what you see on the screen here. Set up different pop passes and intermediate game plays. And, the only really deep game route you need for that age group is a go pass or a wheel route, and you'll be okay. All right, Coach JC, I'm going to get to that question, man. That's a great question. All right, so let me get to Mason first here. He says, coaching 5th and 6th graders, running the double wing and single wing, all runs, no passes. I'm going to have about 9 running backs to rotate in and out of RPO. Run power often. Run power often. I love that. And what's funny about that, coach, is I actually have an 8-player rotation when we're running the Beast offense. Like literally all of these backs get to eat, okay? And then we got a whole nother rotation we'll rotate in to run the ball as well. But usually my first rotation, they're going to run the ball, 70, 75% of the time. And then as we, pull away, or if we got a kid that, we feel like can be an impact player, we'll go ahead and rotate him in. But yeah, we have a 8-man running back core for sure. JC says, damn, wanted to know what you thought about the 4-2-5. Man, I love the 4-2-5. I run the 4-2-5, man. As a matter of fact, man, let me see here. Do y'all want me to give you a quick look at the 4-2-5 Ring of Fire defense? Y'all want to take a quick look at that before we get off here? Thumbs up, guys. Give me a thumbs up if y'all want me to pull it up. If not, I'll wait and I'll do it tomorrow or something. Just give me thumbs up. Give me a hell yeah in the comments. In the words of Stone Cold, give me a hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah in the comments if y'all want to see that. All right. Y'all give me a minute. Let me pull it up for you. I tell you, man, y'all always like surprising me, man. Like, and that's what I love about the show, because some of this stuff I already have kind of like things structured as to what I want to talk about. But like the core of the show is really answering your questions and all of that. But then, when you guys say, hey, coach, hey, I want to see this playbook, I have no problem showing y'all. You know how some guys like, well, you got to buy the playbook if you want to see the plays. Hell no, I'm not like that. If you want to get the playbook, I strongly advise you do, but you don't have to buy nothing if you don't want to. No, you would just really be supporting me and my family, because this is what I do full time. And as a result, you're able to ball out, have fun, and do your thing, Hey, Vincent, man, have a good one, bro. Enjoy your family. We'll be back on tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, bro. Thank you for chiming in. All right, let me reset this. All right, here we go. So, how do I feel about the 4-2-5 Ring of Fire defense? I absolutely love the 4-2-5 defense because it matches the versatility of an offense. If you're playing against teams that are spread oriented, and I'm not talking about they just acting like they're a spread team, but they actually pretty good at like spreading the ball out and passing and playing different areas of the field. The 4-2-5 defense is really going to help you combat that. Okay. So what we do is the 4-4 defense is our base defense. That's where I start my games. Okay. And then, based on the team we're playing, we kind of determine, is this a run heavy team? Is this a balanced team? Is this a spread team? Is this an RPO team? You name it, right? Now we're able to flex. If we're going against a team that we know got really good athletes, they love to play in space, we'll go to the 4-2-5 ring of fire defense. And what we do is, we have, unlike the 4-4, let me break this down. Unlike the 4-4 Reaper defense, where both sides basically mirror each other in terms of command and what to do, well, with the 4-2-5, they don't have to mirror each other. Okay. For example, your star, you basically got a cover side and a run side. My star, for example, I use him all over the field. He's my best player. Okay. He's usually on the cover side. Okay. The cover side, he's able to defend against teams that like to do bubble screens, like to run RPOs. That's a big one. Like a lot, there are some, I ain't going to say a lot of youth football teams do this, but there are some youth football teams that enjoy RPOs. And if this outside linebacker blitz, they're going to hit their slot guy on a quick slant or some kind of quick post route. And they score a lot of touchdowns that way. Well, we'll go to the 4-2-5, and our star knows to play zone, all right? They know to play, that hooks and curls area. And we'll have our, Mike and Will, they may play the seams. And then on the other side, this is our run side. We may be blitzing all day on the back side, right? And we call that Reaper Blitz week. But we also have, let me go up here. We got a Reaper Blitz strong where we may blitz our star. And now our rover back here on the backside, he's covering the hooks and curls. Or we may tell him, look, they may do a halfback screen right here, play the flats. And of course, we got other looks and concepts where we would play the flats, as you can see here. Like, I love the 4-2-5, love it, because like I remember, guys, when we changed leagues. The first league I was in was more of a run-based league, a lot of wildcat, double wing, that kind of stuff. Then we went to travel league, and they was playing more spread. So I had to pivot from going 4-4 Reaper to 6-2 defense to flex to 4-4 Reaper to 4-2-5. And it really helped to shut down a lot of this spread stuff all over the field. So the 4-2, look, let me keep this really simple. To stop run heavy teams, run the 4-4 defense or the 6-2 Savage defense. To stop teams that are balanced and very flexible, they run spread, air raid, RPOs, run 4-2-5. Start with the 4-4 Reaper defense, flex it into the 4-2-5 defense. Solve all your problems. Solve all your problems. Coach BD says your free blocking drill book is great too. Man, I appreciate that. And guys, look, if you haven't already, I got my free blocking drill book in my store. It's free, absolutely free. It's on the house to you guys. Just go to my stand store and get it. And absolutely free. Also, the 4-2-5 defense, what you see on your screen, it's also in the stand store. All of my playbooks are actually in my stand store. If you wanted to check it out, learn more, do anything like that. And I'm going to put the link to the stand store in the comments one more time before we get up out of here. And I'm going to just put playbook store. Boom. And let me see if I can, it's crazy. I'm learning this new system day by day, but I'm still not satisfied with it. Let me see. All right. So I put the link in the comments, guys, and you can just go to the Play Store the playbook store, excuse me, now, and you'll be good to go. All right, guys, that's it for the show today, man. I hope y'all got value out of that. If you have gotten value out of the show today, again, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. We are growing like wildfire. Hit that like button. Tell your coaching staff about Coach Beast. We are on here every day, Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time with the Coach Beast Show. And come with your questions, man. And I'm going to try to answer these questions to the best of my ability. I don't know everything, but I will definitely answer these questions to the best of my ability, man. Really appreciate you guys. Killer Willa, man. Appreciate you, bro. Definitely appreciate you. Of course, if you got any questions or want to DM me, especially like on Instagram, if you type Playbook Beast, I think it's Playbook and it's Beast, you can get me. If you're on YouTube, feel free to reach out anytime in the comments. Email me, beastoutyou at gmail.com. Again, that's beastoutyou at gmail.com. And of course, check out all the playbooks, man, drill books. Make sure you get the free gift I have, guys, which is my offensive blocking drill book. All right, guys. Until next time, I want you to win more games, score more points, and beast out. Peace. See you guys tomorrow. Have a blessed one.